How's it going, everyone? Welcome. This is my new series called Everything Tigers. It's a weekly series where I talk about everything Detroit Tigers, from news to stats to observations to just the overall image of the Detroit Tigers and how I think they're doing and what they can do and what's going to happen. A little bit about me. My name is Mitchell. I live in the Metro Detroit area and I played baseball from age 7 to 18. When I started playing baseball, I just fell in love with it right away, and it's something I've always enjoyed. And even now, I still watch games and follow not just the Tigers, but the MLB in general. I truly like looking at players' stats, learning, following, and just doing everything I can to keep up with my favorite team, the Detroit Tigers, and the MLB in general. I like seeing teams and players grow, especially my hometown team of the Detroit Tigers. We've been in a rebuild phase lately, the last couple of years, and I'm really excited to see what comes of them. I think we have a lot of good talent that's coming out of the farm systems that we have, and I think we have a bright future ahead of us. So like I said, this is episode 1. I'm a little late into spring training. Spring training started February 28th for the Detroit Tigers, and it is now March 20th. So I'm a little behind, but we're going to kind of go over the overview of what this is and spring training as a whole right now as it's been going on. So we're going to go over spring training and just how the Tigers have been doing so far, what I think about it, and just the outlook on the spring itself. We have a new manager, AJ Hinch. He came from the Houston Astros. I know there's a lot of controversy around him because of the 2017 World Series cheating scandal that went on with them. But, I'm willing to give him a chance as our manager, and I think he has the knowledge of young players and how to deal with young players, and that's something we really, really need right now because we have the main part of our team is the young talent that we have. With the young talent, we have Spencer Torkelson, who was our first overall pick last year in the 2020 draft. We also have Riley Green, Matt Manning, Casey Mize, Isaac Paredes, Willie Castro, a lot of really young players that are under 25 years old that are going to hopefully have a really good impact on our team. I've seen what Willie Castro has done the last few years, and I think he has a bright future. He's been doing really well so far in spring training. He has 3 home runs. Casey Mize has been doing pretty well. He's struggled with his walks and his home runs given up, but he has a lot of strikeouts. He's had 10 innings pitched, and he's gotten 12 strikeouts. So, 12 strikeouts in 10 innings is not bad at all, and I think that's a good improvement. The walks and home runs have hurt him a bit, same with the earned runs, but I think that's something that he can fix over time. He has really good pitches, and I know he has that one splitter that got a lot of guys last year when he started in his first game against the White Sox. He has the pitch selection and the pitching skill with his different pitches. He just has to stop giving up the home runs and walks. So once he gets a little bit of control down, I think he's going to be amazing. He's a first overall pick. I don't think you're a first overall pick for no reason, and I know he has that talent in his pocket. Another one that's really surprised me is Tarek Skubal. He's doing really good again. Last year he had some pretty good games, and this spring he's doing just as well or even better. As of now, he has 8 innings pitched and also 12 strikeouts, so he's even improving more than Mize in that area, and I think that's a really good thing to see because Mize is that first overall pick, and he has that skill. He's just developing a little bit more. And Tarek Skubal also has that skill. He's not a first overall pick, but that doesn't really matter. He's doing really well, and I think he has that skill as well to do just as good or better than Casey Mize. He's also only given up 3 hits, no earned runs, no runs, and he's only gotten 3 walks. So those are really good numbers. I'm totally on board with that. I think he's doing really well. I'm curious to see how he keeps it up. I'm hoping both of them make the starting rotation. I think they should, and I think they will. I'm hoping they do, but that is something I'm really excited for the regular season. One of the other big pitchers is Matt Manning. He's our 2016 draft pick. He is doing really well in Double-A, and I know this year they brought him up to spring training, and he has 6 innings pitched and 5 strikeouts. So not bad, He's got almost a strikeout a inning, and I think that's some good numbers right there. He has given up 7 hits, but only 1 earned run, so I'm okay with the hits as long as the runs are down. I think the earned runs are probably more important than the hits. He also only has one walk, so one walk is not bad. I mean, he's only pitched 6 innings, but one walk, that's good right now. If he only has one walk every 6 innings, it's not bad. Going back to Spencer Torkelson, he made a pretty good play over at third base a couple weeks ago, and he's also got that talent of hitting. He hasn't shown it off so far in spring training, but I know it's there, and he just has to develop some more experience, playing up in the big leagues. Also, the same thing with Riley Green. He has really good defensive skill. He's made some really good catches even last year in the summer camp, and he's only 3 for 18 right now for hitting, but I also think he's someone that he's only 20 years old. Same thing with Torkelson. They have a lot of skill and they're just developing that. It might take another year, but that's totally fine. Like they're learning and they're getting better, and that's, I think, the main point behind spring training is just getting better and helping train these younger guys. Another young name is Isaac Paredes. We saw him a bit last year. I think he's a talented player. He's young, so he's still learning as well. This year, he's only 3 for 24 in spring training, which is not good. He's batting 125. He has that power and discipline, though, and I think if he can just improve upon that again, that will make him stand out against some of the other young players. He has that talent, and he's good in the field, too. He did hit a home run a couple days ago out to left field. It was a nice hit, so he has that power. I think he's more of a contact hitter, and I'm totally okay with that, but he does have the power as well. So, the big guy, Miguel Cabrera. Miggy, how is he doing? What does he look like? And what can I expect from him this year? Well, I think he looks really good. He's looking skinnier. He looks like he's in better shape. When I see him swing the bat, he looks like he's just healthier in general. The last couple of years he's been hurt, and he's had those problems. And I feel like when we would watch him swing, he would kind of look like it would look like his body knew he was hurt and just wouldn't let him swing to his ability that he can. This year, he looks healthier. He looks like he's swinging healthier, and I think that's the most important thing. Right now, his numbers aren't perfect. He's not doing amazing. He's only batting 185 and is 5 for 27, but actually, as I'm recording this video, he did hit a home run in today's game, so that's good to see. Sometimes those guys just, if they're struggling a little bit and they get that home run, it just builds their confidence up again, and I think that's going to help him, be more positive, even though I think he's a very positive player, but I think that's going to help him just kind of not be so nervous as he develops over spring training. He also stated he wants to play a lot more first base this year, and I think that's a good thing in terms of his activity. He needs to be active if he doesn't want to get hurt. I know some people might say that because he's playing first base, he'll actually have more chance to get hurt because he's out there more and he might have to make a diving play, or he's just moving around a lot more than like when he would just bat every few innings when he was a DH. If he's out there every inning playing first base, he's got to move around a lot, which I think that's going to be good because I think it'll keep him active and hopefully keep his muscles, used to being active and running around playing baseball. Overall, I think Miggy looks really good. He is only 13 home runs away from 500, which is a huge milestone. I'm really hoping he stays healthy. I think he will. He looks healthy this year. I just really, really hope he stays there. So, new players. We actually have a few new veteran players from other teams. We got catcher Wilson Ramos from the Mets. We have right fielder Nomar Mazara from the White Sox. We have just outfielder in general, Robbie Grossman from the Oakland Athletics, and Renato Nunez from the Baltimore Orioles. Those are all good names. I like the players that we got. They're like the veteran players that can teach the younger guys. Mazara and Nunez actually have some big power too. I think it's something that we can definitely use in terms of our hitting department. Nunez in 2019 had 31 home runs and 90 RBIs with the Orioles, and that's a really solid season. I'm hoping that he can do something like that this year. And the same thing with Mazara. Over the last couple of years, I think mainly when he was on the Rangers, he was hitting like 20 to 25 home runs a year. And like those two guys combined, if they play a lot this year and hit like that, with Miggy hopefully doing well, that can be a good offense. And the young guys we have, I think, will develop more too and just get a lot better overall with the team. We have a solid team, and I think it's something we can definitely look forward to this season. Another department that we really need a lot of help on, and I think we're getting there, is the pitching staff. Our rotation is something that kind of switches up a lot. I know we have Matthew Boyd, he's been doing decent so far, and Spencer Turnbull, he's been doing pretty good so far. I'm not sure if Daniel Norris is going to be like in the rotation, but I know Boyd and Turnbull will be in our rotation for sure. I'm hoping and I'm guessing that Casey Mize and Tarek Skubal will be in our rotation, so that's 4 right there. I did hear when I was watching the game the other day, Kirk Gibson and Matt Shepard were talking about how the Tigers actually might have a six-man rotation. In the beginning of the season, they might have 6 players in the starting rotation. So, I mean, I'm not against that. You know, if it's something that we need for now until they develop a little bit more, I'm totally okay with that. The bullpen also needs some help. We've seen that struggle over the last couple of years. We don't have terrible pitchers in there. They've had some struggles. Saying like Joe Jimenez has had some struggles ever since his All-Star year. Tyler Alexander showed last year that he has skill. He had 9 consecutive strikeouts and set an MLB record. He definitely has the skill to be a really good reliever. We also got Julio Teheran from the Angels. He's been on the Braves since 2011, I believe, or 2013. He was on the Angels last year, but he's a good reliever. You know, he's a solid player. As of now, he's got 9 innings pitched and 12 strikeouts, and for a reliever, I think that's some really good numbers. You know, if you averaged 1 to 2 strikeouts an inning as a reliever, you're only coming in for 3, maybe 4 innings a game. That can really help if you're getting like 1 to 2 strikeouts an inning. In those 9 innings, he's given up 5 hits and 2 runs. So again, pretty solid numbers. 2 runs. I think earned runs are more important to keep down than hits. I don't mind too much if the hits are up as long as they're not scoring. That's the main thing. You know, you win games by scoring runs. So hits, you don't want your hits way up there, but earned runs being down low are the more important thing in my opinion. I also think Gregory Soto and Joe Jimenez are going to be the ones competing for closer this year, even with probably Buck Farmer as well. Gregory Soto showed a lot last year. I think he's got a lot of talent. He has that really fast fastball that hits like 100 at times. And he kind of reminds me of like a Aroldis Chapman. And I'm hoping if he just stays healthy and improves every day, that he's just going to be a really good closer for us. And he's a lefty too, which I feel like is just... He reminds me of that Chapman or Josh Hader type of closer, and I think that would be great for our team. So that's going to be a wrap for week 1 of Everything Tigers. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoy making these, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them just as much as I enjoy making them. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below. I'd love to talk to you guys about anything baseball. It doesn't even have to be Tigers related. It could be MLB in general related. If you guys are excited for more, please subscribe. There's going to be a new video every week throughout the season talking about everything Detroit Tigers. I'm really excited. I can't wait for more. Again, share with your friends and family and anyone you know who loves baseball. I cannot wait for the season to start. I hope you're just as excited as I am, and I will see you guys next week.